we're going to see what are my predictions, and basically we're going to prepare for the week ahead. So the first thing we start is the economic calendar. We have to start with it first. So here we can see that on Monday we have bank holidays and we want to avoid those. So in terms of the first strategy, I will trade because the first strategy looks for small moves, which can happen even when there's bank holidays. And then as of indices, I will not be trading. Tuesday we don't have any news, which I like to trade these days. Wednesday we have some news, but not on the pairs that we are going to trade. And then we have USD FOMC at 8 p.m. We can trade, but we have to be done before this time. And the best time is like maybe be done with like 11 or 12 NY time, because in the AM, because there's no point, because once we get too close to this number, to this hour, price starts to consolidate and wait for news. So and then on Thursday we have some bank holidays, but not on the pairs that we trade. And then with USD we have 2:30 some news, but we can trade normally because that's after our trading session. Same with GBPJPY, it's after our trading session. For Friday we have 2:30 USD again, and we also can trade normally because this is after our trading session. So yeah, now let's get into the charts. So with Nasdaq, let's start with 2 weekly time frame. So here we have been going up and we reached into the weekly fair value gap, which means that a retracement can be expected. So we can retrace to the downside. We have made a down candle already, but we have a weekly fair value gap now that we formed, so price can reach into that and then go up to the all-time highs. Those are my target. That's my target. And then in terms of the daily daily time frame, here we can see the price already reached into the daily fair value gap, and maybe we can start going up from there, or we can once more go down, pick up that previous week's low, and then start going up. We'll see which one of those scenarios is going to happen, but we are definitely bullish. Some people would be bearish right now because we broke structure here, and then we also inverse this fair value gap right here. So yeah, that might work. That's why we'll probably get a one candle to the downside into the weekly fair value gap, and then we'll go up. Why is this not a complete change in structure? Is because this daily break structure and inverse, that confirmation for downside on the daily time frame, is just a weekly retrace, which is why we are still bullish. Okay, and we still have this target right here. Let's get over into S&P. So here we inversed this weekly fair value gap, and after that I'm expecting price to reach into this weekly fair value gap right here and go up. We have formed a small weekly fair value gap here, so we might retrace back into it, but I do not think so that we will, because we have this weekly inversion holding up for me, which means we can go up from it. And not only that, but we also reach into the daily fair value gap. So we'll see. I'm bullish anyway. It's either going to be basically this, we inverse this daily fair value gap right here, we inverse that and go up, or it's going to be something like this. So either of those two scenarios is fine. We are bullish, and that's it. The target is this one. This is the weekly fair value up above, and we have daily buy side right here. So that's the target in terms of S&P. And then the last pair that I'm going to review is GBPJPY. And here, as of last week, if you remember, we have looked for price to, let's go to the weekly time frame. So we have been bullish, especially because we inverse this weekly fair value gap, and the next target is this daily relative equal highs. So they are basically relative equal, as you can see, this high and this high, which is why I call them this way. And then on the weekly time frame, as you can see here, we have relative equal highs on the weekly time frame, which is my main target right now. I'm looking for price to continue up and take out this because it's so clean, and the market doesn't like to have those clean highs there usually. So now, once we took out this and we reached into the daily BPR, we can expect price to have a retracement. This might be a retracement into just this daily fair value gap, or we might retrace even into the weekly fair value gap here and then continue up towards these relative equal highs. So on the daily time frame, what I'm looking for is, so we predicted already that price will go up into this daily fair value gap to continue down in towards this daily fair value gap, and once it reaches that one, we can start going up and take out this high, and then eventually weekly relative equal highs, which is my main target. So considering this, if we have two possible scenarios right now, because the weekly time frame can still retrace, which means that we could continue down on the daily time frame. Now the two scenarios that I see is either this happens right here, this daily fair value holds up and we move up from here, or we go down, close below this daily fair value gap, and then that becomes an inverse, and we go down into, maybe we retrace a little bit just, and then go down into the weekly fair value up here, and from there we can get a daily confirmation, maybe a break structure, something with this high, and then we can continue to the upside like this towards the weekly relative equal high. We'll see which one of these scenarios actually happens. However, I know that I'm bullish for now. If we inverse this fair value gap, then I'm going to be bearish until we reach this weekly fair value gap right here. This is also a point where these two are relatively equal, so yeah, we have a 50-50 chance of this scenario happening and then maybe this scenario happening, so we'll see which one of those two happens. But for this forex strategy, I do not really need a bias, but sometimes it helps, so which is why I do this on Sundays. So yeah, that's basically it. That's how you prepare for the week ahead, and this is what I'm looking at. Also, I put up the analysis in Discord as well, so you have it here, everything I noted, so that you can study it as well. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching this, and have a nice day.